Sports. This field was home to legends like Bellino and Staubach, the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, and home to the Midshipmen of Navy. What we have in store for you today, a showdown between a couple of Pac-12 rivals. As we'll see, the Marshall Thundering Herd taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Navy Midshipmen. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Navy's offense takes the field. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. They want to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Well, that wasn't the start they were looking for on offense. They're trying to be aggressive. First play of the game and throw it. Bad decision by the quarterback, though, leads to an INT.
So the Marshall Thundering Herd has the ball for the first time, and their offense will go to work. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Navy offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's going to pass. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Give to Brown. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Finds his tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down distances, third downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. On the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the running back. At the 35, he's open. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
It's a fumble. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way.
Well, it's a nice job.
Timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he'll let it fly. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Wants to throw on third down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Another incompletion on third down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Navy searching for a fourth down conversion. Try to get it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass? Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
As an offense, you're playing this defense. They're in a 3-4 alignment. You're worried about the pass rush coming off the edge. How about big fella in the middle? Completely collapsed the pocket on that play.
They need something that goes forward this time on second and long from the 14. They'll try the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
Marshall will be forced to punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes a move. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Navy will go back on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it. Open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He slings it deep to the left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's caught downfield. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They'll try to pick up the first. On the move at the 30. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Navy! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. NC State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Raleigh. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He'll start this drive firing. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Offense in an empty set. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19. Offense breaks the huddle, it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. Out of the gun to give to the back. At the 40, there he goes. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Marshall quick to the line.
Yeah, and how about this offense? A little counter, a little misdirection, get everybody's eyes going one direction. They go back the other way. Nice execution by the offense to make the big running play down the field.
To the ground, he's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. He wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Hurd!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Going over the top. Brings it down on the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The run from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They're trying to get to him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Coming to the line, looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 29. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw on 3rd. Going for it all. Snags it. And he will score. Touchdown, midshipman.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the...
Oh, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. And that's his 1st career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Navy! And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. If you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Annapolis. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Navy Marine Corps Memorial.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. Navy will kick it deep to get the 2nd half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Right back to the well. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Marshall quick to the line. Wants to throw on second down. He'll pull it down and run. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Quickly complete. Still running at the 40. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. The give to the tailback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes the Navy offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
The throw to the outside is complete. He's there to make the stop, and the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Hands it off. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
He wants to pass it on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Leaves it with the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback checking the play. Off the play fake. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? No, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They'll go to the ground. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the back. At the 20, he's got space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Navy quick to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, midshipman! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, with that drive, you start to get excited. You start to think about the bounce back from a week ago. Went on the road, tough loss. You get to come back home, and this team has really been a different team today. Nice performance after a heartbreaking loss last week.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead! Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible, horrible defense.
Off the RPO, complete. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Wants to go up top. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Navy! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Purdue is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned. They're up by 21 over Appalachian State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Maddox. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Steps away to find some room. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Gonna take a shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Marshall!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Navy will go back on the attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They make the stop, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Navy.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This third down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. The offense set for a first down play. He's going to pass. He's taking the deep shot. Catch inside the 25. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They move the tight end all over. On 2nd down, looking to throw. He's got his man. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun to give, looking for room. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll put the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Fires complete on the crosser. Makes a catch and knocked down.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone coverage.
We sense